Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I've done one eye makeup in this look. I'm going to give this W7 in the Night palette a second chance. I've used it 3 or 4 times and I love the colours, but I hate the amount of, not necessarily fallout while I'm using it, but the amount of glitter that seems to fall down onto my face throughout the day. That's what really annoys me about it. But the colours are absolutely gorgeous in it. And I tend not to use it because of the amount of stuff that comes off it during the day. Now I've tried different ways of putting it on with different brushes, and you know, and I mean I always blend my shadows out really well. I'm trying a base today, a different base to what I've used before. I'm going to use the Tattoo shadow, and this one's in Vintage Plum. So I have already used an eyelid primer, and I've left it. I usually apply a powder shadow over the top to stop it from creasing, but I'm going to leave that today. I'm going to zoom you in a little bit. Should be enough. Excuse me, the mess of my eyebrows. You know, I don't have eyebrows. And I try and pencil them in and use powders and they never look right. So I'm going to put some of this, I'm going to use my finger, and I'm going to add this on my lid. Sorry, mirror's in the way. I'm just going to take it up into the crease, but not above. These are really, really nice, these shadows. I mean, you can just, you can just wear them like this. I do quite often because they are a waterproof. Yeah, they are a waterproof formula, and I find if I put a little bit too much on, if I'm just going to wear it on its own, apply a little bit too much, all in one go, I find it creases. Now the best way is to layer the colour up and let it dry in between. If you want a dense colour to wear on its own. Right, I had a wet wipe, there we go, found it. So that's what I've put on there. And then I'm going to use, sorry I've got itchy nose, I'm going to use, what is it? Natural Collection in Milk Chocolate for my crease. So I'm just going to run that in the crease and a little bit above. I mean, you can see from that eye how pretty these shadows are. Alright, just going to blend that. See, now because I haven't, this is still sticky, this base, you can see my eyeshadow here hasn't gone on so well. That's why I usually like to use that, because this is dry here now. Goes from cream to like a powder finish. That's why I like to use this cream base, this cream coloured powder to sort of makes blending and the powder shadows go on a lot better. But I will work with it. It will be okay. In the end, it will be okay. Alright, I'm going to take a flat eyeshadow brush and I'm going to go into this one here. Put my finger in there, that one there. And make sure you tap it off, else it does go everywhere. And I'm going to put it on the outside, well, to the middle and the outside part. And make sure you just pat it on. Sorry, I've gone quiet again now. See, and then I'm going to get a blending brush there. Just blend that through. This is not going on this side the same as it did the other. Often find that. It's gone into the crease colour again. Oh, I don't know what's going on here. Put a little bit more on. Right. That's looking a little bit better. And then I am going to brush that off on that brush on a piece of kitchen towel, and then I am going to go in with a little bit of this brighter colour here and pop that on over the top of that one, just to brighten it up a little bit because that was a tad dark. And for some reason we find this dark eye is darker than this one. We have to go in and rectify that. That looks a bit better. We will blend that out. Easily sorted. Right, go in and blend this side. To blend that edge there. Right, on a smaller brush I am going to go in with this light lilac-y shade just there. And I'm going to put that on the inner portion of my eyelid and blend that through to the other shadow, like that, and then bring that underneath a little bit. There. I need a little bit more of the crease colour on there. Some fallout there. I'll use my sponge. To hopefully get rid of some of that. I have, this isn't a very good colour to use today because I have a really dark circle under there and a bit of puffiness, and it does make it look worse. Right, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Brulee shadow for my brow bone. And then blend that into the crease colour. I think that looks somewhat the same. Oh, sorry, somewhat the same. I think I blocked you out there. Right. Use a little bit of tidying up here, get rid of some bits and pieces. Sorry about this, I'm putting some lids on. Right. Rid of those. Clearing up a bit of mess. Right, I'm going to use the Maybelline Eye Studio Lasting Drama Gel Liner in 01 Black. And I'm going to use that to stay normal line across the top of my lid, close to my lashes, or trying to get it as close to my lashes as I can. And I'm using my brush that way because I want to blend that a little bit. I don't want a full, harsh, straight across line today. As you see, that's sort of a little bit blended along the top rather than being a straight line. You know what I mean, it is a straight line going across, but you know what I mean, it's not a definite straight line with a straight edge at the top, it's more a blended effect into the shadow. Like that. And I've just done it with my liner brush rather. I mean, you can, if you can't feel like you can get it done that way, you can go in with a fluffy brush when you've done your normal line and do it that way. I mean, not one quite as big as that, one a little bit smaller, but I find that doing it this way is fairly easy. Right, that's done that. And then we're going to, sorry, I held my mirror up in front of you. I don't usually work with this really big mirror. I don't know why I grabbed this one really. Oh, I do know, because I haven't got contour and blush on, that's why. Right, I'm going to use, first mascara, I'm going to use two mascaras today. The first one I'm going to use is from Organic Wear, from Physicians Formula, and this one is the Curl and Care. I'm not going to use my base, my white base today. I'm just going to use mascaras, because these two together give some really nice lashes. So I'm quiet again. like that to start with. This is lovely mascara. I think it's coming to the end of its life now though. And then the next one I'm going to use is number 7 Extravagant Volume. I got a voucher when I bought this, number 7 voucher, because I don't usually buy there a lot of number 7. I don't really own a lot of number 7 at all. I don't actually, because this mascara I think was either 12, somewhere ranging between £11.50 to £13.50, and I would never ever spend that amount on a mascara if I was buying it myself. And as you can see, this one gives some great length. Even though it says it's volumizing mascara, it gives some really nice length. There you go. Nice mascaras, both of those. Right. I think... See, I am using... Sorry, it's dirty because I have used it. I am using my Beauty Blend. No, my Miracle Sponge, because it's the Real Techniques one. Sorry, it's dirty because it has been used. I am using it. I'm giving it its 2 weeks trial. So look out for this. I can't remember how much longer I've got to go. I think this is the 2nd week of using it, I think. So look out for a video at the end of that time. And I'm just going under here because there's some concealer on this sponge. And I will do a full video of me showing you how I use it, and then giving you my opinions on what I think of it. So look out for that video, it will be coming. What am I going to use now? Right, I'm going to use my Essence All About Matte powder. Now I use this on a elf stippling brush. So I just dip my brush into the powder, tap it off a little bit, and then just go under my eyes to start with. And then just do, I do powder the whole of my face. My hair out the way. Just very, very lightly. A little bit of this goes a long way. You don't need very much at all. Just caught my eyelash with my brush. Oh, so, and then brush it. Now, please excuse, I need to thread the hair on my face, so I am a little bit downy. So when you're doing this, make sure that you brush any facial hair that you might have, brush it down. Baron! Baron! That's my dog going at the post. And then I'm going to use Avon Glow bronzing curls. I'm just going to do a little bit of contour with this. Just a little bit. Daft face. Just very, very lightly up the side of the temples. So. don't do it very heavy, I just try and a little bit round my hairline. Now people probably wonder why I do this, because I have a fringe. But as you can see, my hair's all over the place. As you can see, my fringe is bitty. Not supposed to, but it is bitty. And then when it's a windy day, your hair blows up, you know, and your contour stops here. It looks a bit daft, I think. So I always do that bit there. And I'm just going to blend that up to my cheeks. Like that. And then with what's on my brush, I'm just going to contour down the side of my nose just lightly. And then on the end of my nose. So I don't like to do a really harsh contour on my nose. I don't feel that my nose is too wide to have to narrow it down, but I do like to contour it a little bit, and then the end, and then just underneath my bottom lip, because that does make your bottom lip look a bit bigger. And then what is left, I just gently rub in circles underneath my chin. And then for blusher, I'm going to use a sleek blusher in Flushed. And this is quite a scary, dark, pinky burgundy colour. But it is, if you use it with a light hand, so this is dirty as well because I used it yesterday with the same blusher. This has rubbed off. It is a Real Technique stippling brush, and there's a hair hanging. Well, that's come out. So I use a stippling brush. It's a flat end. Well, it was flat before I used it so much that I have got, you know, she's worn through this one. And I just gently stipple that on to start with, just to get some colour down. And the same on the other side. And then I rub in like little circular motions with the stick. And I always take it up the side a little bit. That's an old-fashioned way of doing your blush, I think, but I always do that little bit. And it just adds a little bit of warmth to your face. Sorry, I just swung the mirror in front of you, didn't I? I do apologise for that. I think, you know, I always have trouble trying to decide if my blusher is even on both sides of my face. And I always somehow seem to think that this side is always darker than this side. And I'm thinking that now, I'm not sure. I'm just going to put a little bit more. You're probably going to shout, you're probably shouting at me going, "No, Caroline, it's fine." Sorry about this, but yeah. Right. I'm fingers crossed, I'm hoping that's alright. I mean, every time I do my makeup, I go to my husband and I say, are my cheeks equal colour? And he always goes, yeah, of course they are. Right, I am going to use my Revolution Vivid Baked highlighter, and this one is in Peach Lights. Oh, I did get... I have had this one for quite a while when it first came out from MUA, the Undress Your Skin Shimmer Highlighter. This one's in the pink. the other day I did pick up the, what's this one called? Iridescent gold one. But thinking, after I bought it and got it home, because there wasn't a... Sorry, I thought one of my drawers was open. I was going to move my chair back, but it wasn't. There wasn't a tester for it. If I'd been able to test it in the shop, I wouldn't have bought it. It's just too... I don't know, it's just too white. Too whitey, too... the wrong sort of gold for what I was looking for. I was wanting a warmer... I don't know. I can't describe what sort of wrong this is, but it's wrong. So I'm still on the lookout for a gold sort of bronzy sort of highlight, if you know what I mean. I know what I mean. It's just finding it. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this down the centre of my nose. If I can do this without getting it wrong. And then I bring it up a little bit between my eyes, like that. And then I'm just going to bring a little bit, oops, sorry, I'm out of shot, little bit around there, and then I go over it with my finger. Just here. Only a little bit during the day, I don't want to. Don't want too much on through the day. Like that. And then I'm going to do a little bit on my Cupid's bow. Just like that. And then I've already put on Sally Anson's, what is this, Plumping Lip Primer. And I'm going to use my Wet n Wild Mega Sticks Balm Stain Moisturising Lip Colour. This is a Wet n Wild one. It's really, really nice. And it's in this, I don't know if there's a colour on here, I don't think there is. Oh, there is, it's on the end. It's called 124 Lady and the Vamp. It's a really, really nice colour. I'll sit up a little bit so you can see. Just going to move you down a little bit so you can see. If I pop my glasses on, I should get it on where I'm supposed to put it on and not halfway where it shouldn't be. You know, these are so easy to use. Quite often when I use, well, all the time actually, when I use one of these, I don't use the lip liner. Because I find that they do stay where they're meant to stay. There you go. And that is the look. Oh. Close up of the eyes, and then I will zoom you out and you can see the whole look. I hope this looks okay with this lipstick. I think it does. Yeah, it does. I'm quite pleased with that. The eyes are quite heavy, I mean, if you didn't want to go with such a heavy look on the eyes and a dark lip, you can always go for a paler lipstick, or even a nude would look okay with this. So I hope you've liked this video, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.